Welcome on back, everybody, to another episode of Listening to the Voices in Our Heads. My name is Jenna O'Malley. Oh my goodness. You know, the person we have backstage, I've collaborated with this person a lot. And as we were starting to get started, I did not realize that I have yet to have one writer, Sam Wicker, over here. Let's see her in a minute. Welcome on in to Listening to the Voices in Our Heads, where we look at the world in a lens where it was meant to be looked at. For those of us who actually know kind of what's going on, even if it involves random things. Hi, Sam. How is it that I haven't had you on here before this?
I have no idea.
Because I'm going to ask her to do her intro here in a minute, but we've been hanging around AuthorTube kind of in the same circles for years. Tell us all about yourself.
Hey, everybody. I'm Writer Sam Wicker. I am a writer of fantasy romance and some that's a little bit spicier than that. I have out an epic fantasy romance called I'm No Hero, and under my pen name, I have a book out called Capture the Empress under SW Lupine, and it's a fantasy spicy thing. I also provide beta reading and idea generation services for our fellow author tubers and creatives. And you can follow me on most social medias under Writer Sam Wicker.
And of course, we're going to talk about some of those collaborative idea seeds that Sam offers that are public, not just individual services, but if you want to see Sam in action, there's ways to do so, is what I'm hinting at. So we met through AuthorTube, I want to say 2021-ish.
Seems like that, yeah.
Seems like that. How has AuthorTube been for you so far?
It's been a roller coaster, kind of. I've been at this for 5 going on 6 years, and I first started this without a plan because, of course, you know, Aquarius, introvert, let's do it and get it out there, and then we'll come up with a plan later. But it's been pretty epic. I enjoy sharing my journey with author tubers and some booktubers on here, and we are, of course, very supportive of one another, and I couldn't ask for a better community to be with. That's a great camaraderie that we have.
I honestly laugh in chats more than I do in any other people I converse with on the routine. And it's normally the crew that Sam and I run with that does the most guffawing. So speaking of guffawing, character randomizer, what's that
about? Chaos. Just one word, chaos. Plain and simple. I honestly, I never know what's going to happen. I make the slides. I have, you know, kind of an idea, and then it just goes off the rails over on to the left or the right. I don't know what happens, but it just happens. And yeah, I don't know. So I make these slides, you know, you build a character off of the slides. You know, you have their name, you have their weight, you know, everything like that. And then there's a few prompts for a short story that you can write with them. And I try to get people to upload videos with the short stories. But half the time I don't even get to that part.
You have so many hats you wear, to be fair.
Right. But it is just a lot of fun just to generate ideas. Even that's our character randomizer, is an idea generator and chaos in a bag.
Normally full dice. The bag is normally full of dice, just saying. Do you do them monthly, bi-weekly?
Every month, the 4th Saturday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern.
So definitely, if you're looking for a way to even just, we'll talk about other ways you break the block here soon, but in ways that if you feel stopped up and you want a randomized character to write maybe nothing about, or like me, start a 12-book series because of this. Thanks, Sam. Check out that character randomizer. I normally catch it on the replay, and there's a playlist. If you go under Sam's playlist tab of all the past episodes, and you link the stories that others will do along with you on there too, right?
Yes, I try to put them underneath the actual character randomizer so you can just kind of flow down and hit the character randomizer and the story that it spawns, and then the next character randomizer.
I'm probably stealing your thunder, and I forewarned her, we're probably going to go off base and out of order. So here's an off base question for you. Character randomizer anthology potential in the future? ?
Maybe. I honestly haven't thought about that, so I don't see why not. I mean, if everybody's up for it, and we can slap one together.
I mean, even if you just took the old stories that people had scripted and then recorded and see if people had those files, is what I'm thinking, and just take even ones that would be cool.
Yeah, we can just do it by year, maybe. Because
you have done this for a few years now, haven't you?
Yeah.
She's like the queen of the collabs, in my opinion, as far as collaborations.
That's all you.
No, like seriously, I've been seeing all the stuff that like you're in a lot of stuff and you don't give yourself credit for it. And I know you don't. So I will give it to you. So you're welcome. You deserve it. What role do generators play in writing? Now, you've done a workshop or two on that before around these parts for my membership. So what roles do they play in your writing?
Whenever I get stuck, which needless to say is every now and then, because I don't plot. I plot very, very loosely. And my characters, like me, we go off the rails a little bit, and then I kind of get stuck. So I use dice, and I use some of my character randomizers that I create. I also have a couple of books called from Roll and Play Press. It's kind of like a D&D builder kind of thing. I use those. Sometimes I go online and use the whole fantasy generator thing, whatever. I hate using those though, because it's like,
Well, that's like I was telling Cody when I was naming the Lusty Strumpet in my books. I'm like, I need a really, really, really off-kilter name, but I don't want to use a generator because I don't feel like I'm cheating, but some of them will eventually give you the same answers again and again is also the issue.
Yeah. I rolled like 10 times on one of them, and the 9th time it gave me the same exact name that it had the first time, and I'm like, yeah, no.
They can be prescriptive. In other words, whatever is uploaded to them is all you get into that data bank, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
So as far as like the generators, do you combine features from like, will you use one for a name, one for this, one for that?
Yeah. I tend to get an idea and I run with it. Maggie has come up with a good portion of the character randomizers too. And I think she gets an idea and she just runs with it because her imagination, y'all, is just wow.
No offense, because Mama Maggie is awesome, but I think the stroke actually took her imagination and just blew it up 20 times.
Yeah, exactly.
So, editor, you might edit that part out about Mama Maggie that I said and continue. Go on.
But like I said, I use Roll and Play Press a lot. A lot of their books are very generative. They have a newsletter that you can sign up for, and you get a new table, which their tables are basically pages in the book that you get or you can purchase. And it's anything from what a goblin does on a daily basis to brand new scenes that you can do outside of a tavern kind of thing. Yeah, it's It's very random, just like me. But yeah, I just throw things together as they come.
So is that what has led to you juggling 50 plus projects then?
Actually, the character randomizer didn't have anything to do with that.
Okay, now I'm really curious. If you did not hear, I forget whose stream it was, but we were talking about who has what number of projects for what, and Sam's like, I have 50 plus started, and we're all like, so you're stuck in revisions and editing for the next 20 years of your author life? How? Take us on that journey.
Well, when I say started, some of them are just I've written 3 sentences on this idea, and I know it's going to be a 150,000 word book. While others, I have maybe 50,000 words written in them already. So they're in like a wide range of stages. Most of them being closer to the whole 3 sentence kind of outline thing. But with, let's say, more than 15,000 words written, those projects number about 20, around 20. Yeah.
So over half of them are, you would say, fledgling getting ready to leave the nest, because I consider as an editor that leaving the nest. So
yeah. At least half of the first draft done, kind of thing.
Wow. So you really truly could, and I don't know who could do this. Kudos to you if this is you. You really could just focus on the next couple of years, only putting those out and not really have to write too much that's fully new.
Right.
Wow. That's impressive. And I apologize. Molly Moo is, you all know Molly Moo. She's channel mascot. She's being hello. So speaking of things that make us go yay and not boo, which rhymes with moo, I guess I'll take that segue. What is breaking the block? We talked about it earlier.
It's kind of another chaos. But it's kind of just a group of us that have come together and decided to help each other out and other creatives. We want to help people get their creative juices flowing again or get back in the saddle. And it's anything from marketing advice, which I'm not good at yet. I'm getting there, to right, yet, operative word, to just being a cheerleader for each other, or just how to write this particular character in this scene out of that corner kind of thing. It's a bunch of ideas, a bunch of questions that people can ask us in the chat or that I've gleaned off of Reddit.
There's a ton of things that are worth answering in Reddit when it comes to being a creative. I'm not kidding. No, that's a valid place to go.
Yeah. So anytime anybody has a question, even if I'm in the chats on any of our streams kind of thing, and people are like, hey, I need help with this, I might even pull that and be like, hey, hit me up on Breaking the Block this next Sunday. We'll discuss it and give you a few more ideas maybe.
So if you have any burning, yearning questions you really want answered, check out Sam's channel for sure. I'll link in the description box how to get to those channels, videos, and whatnot. But is there also a form if they wanted to be backstage for either of those shows you do?
Oh, yes. I've made a Google form to sign up for either one of those. I will actually be adding a form to give me ideas, I guess, just in case people don't necessarily want to join me up on screen. I don't know why I haven't made one yet. It's just kind of, flitted around the brain, and I'll sit down and do it and then get distracted. Yeah.
Other things had higher priority, and that's totally okay. That's totally, like, other things being I'm no hero. So what is that story about? Do you have other books like it? Like, because you put that one out on Ream, right? Or was that one that you put out on Bella?
I put I'm No Hero out on Ream. Mist is the one that I put on Villa that I pulled down and then put it back on Ream. I'm No Hero is an epic fantasy with a dash of romance, and it is all about a Nadasha. She's her own little world there, but she has anxiety issues and a touch of PTSD, and she is full of self-loathing, and she has kind of learned to shut herself out of her own life, and she lets everybody else in first. And she has come to the conclusion that her best friend is a coward, and therefore she has stubbornly said that she is going to take his place as the hero, and she has to eat her words over and over again all throughout the book.
Oh my God. Where do you know? I've read chunks of it, and I'm like, yeah, it's like a buffet for her of constantly putting her foot in her mouth, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did you craft that story? Are you a plotter, a planster, or?
That was written in 2 weeks without a plot. It first started as a spoof off of everything that is fantasy tropes, and then it became every fantasy trope all in one book. So,
it's like she watches anime that does that or something, y'all.
Yeah.
It's if you have not read it yet, you need to. It feels like you break fourth walls without breaking fourth walls. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it's a weapon.
Yes, that's the other thing. Look at this chunky baby of a book. Have you measured the width of the spine? I hesitate to ask that question on YouTube with authors who are romance authors in the chat, but
it's almost right at 2 inches. Yeah. Before I formatted it correctly, because granted, this is my first book, so I didn't know how to format. This was the width of it. This is, yeah. So
formatting helps.
Yeah, a little bit.
Atticus helps. That's at least what I use. What did you use for formatting?
Microsoft Word.
Oh, I did that for the first 2 books that I released, and I said no more.
Yeah.
Oh, bless your heart.
I'm waiting to save up for Atticus because I've really kept my eye on it, but I wanted to get AutoCrit first, so that was my big purchase this year, and it has helped a lot. All the reports and everything. I didn't get to run I'm No Hero through it because I just wanted to get I'm No Hero out. But Capture the Empress has been through it. The Belle Earth Witch has been through it. Belle Earth Witch should be out in January, maybe, hopefully.
So by the time this is out, she should have another book or 2 on the way out to all of you. Definitely check out her links in the description box for sure, for sure. And reminder to the people who put them there to put them there. So what influences you the most to write? We're not talking about people. Fictional people are okay, but not like real life people.
This don't take this the wrong way. This isn't selfish or anything, but it's me. I have always had these stories, and I have always wanted to get them out. And whether somebody is going to enjoy them or not, that's completely up to them. I know I enjoyed them, and I know that there's going to be people out there who do. And it's going to make me feel so good to see that people actually enjoy and they can relate to these characters that I've written. And maybe it gives them the strength to read another book or to find another escape or to brave that first step outdoors if they are a shut-in or something to that nature. And yeah, that's, to me, That's all I need.
That's inspiring AF. Like, seriously. And a very Aquarian answer, might I mind you. This is a Virgo going on, oh yeah, she's an Aquarius.
Yeah,
but
very much
no,
so.
it's not selfish at all. Because I'm reminded of one of my favorite authors, J.R. Ward. When asked what is the hardest part about her job, she literally says that showing up, putting her butt in front of the computer and doing the thing is the hardest part. So you're a natural storyteller. You showing up is literally step 1 to 50 some days, and that's okay.
Exactly.
That's I mean, you went through a move over the last couple of years.
Yeah, last year. We got this creature right here.
She's a dog mama, and her doggos be gorgeous.
Yeah, she's a rescue, so she's a lot of work. She takes a lot of time. Well, not necessarily a lot of time. She's very calm for the most part, but I have to keep everything calm around her. That's the job right there, is keeping everything else calm. But she makes me take breaks from writing, and that in and of itself has been a lifesaver for my work, because usually I'm sitting right here at this desk for 5, 6 hours straight, not remembering that I need to eat, not remembering that I need to get up and maybe use the bathroom or and stuff. But she reminds me. So yeah.
And I have someone in the background trying to do the same. So yeah, like, no, they know. And it's like they wonder if you're okay, because they know you're not supposed to sit still that long. And they're adorable. Who is it that is the snoring one? Is it your Robbie?
Oh, it's Kona. If she's not snoring, then you can hear her tippy tappies in the video. Yeah. But Hunter does snore a bunch. Now, Hunter is my roommate's dog. You can see his behind right here. But yeah, he's lived with us for, well, almost a year now. They've been living with us for about 11 months. So
and they seem like they get along just great, which, thank goodness.
Yeah, she'll snap at him every now and then. Like, they'll be laying on the couch, and she'll be like resting on his hip or something, but then he'll turn over and kind of press her up against the couch, and she'll be like, meh.
You're encroaching on my bubble a little too much right now, sir. We are friends. We are not siblings. Got it.
Yeah.
So other than yourself and totally the epic doggo who reminds you to take care of yourself, who else influences you most to write other than?
My family. Mama was the one that would always smile at me and go, "We'll do it then." And I just keep hearing that voice in my head. And Dad has taken that up since she's passed, and he's always asking me how the writing's going, if I need anything, where he can get my books and, pass them out to everybody. So, and then of course my husband, Gonzo, how everybody knows him on here, and his nickname, of course. Eventually, I have a feeling that he is going to get tired of being my idea bouncer offer and my alpha reader. But he has read everything I have written. I mean, from short stories to the writing battle stories, the flash fiction, to the books. He read I'm No Hero twice, and that was back when it was 250,000 words. So yeah, he's dedicated.
Your husband definitely is one of the spouses around AuthorTube that when he shows up either in your chats or in your streams or whatever, all of us are like, hey! Yeah. It's like just his mere presence brightens up a room as much as yours does. Because you both are you one of the couples in AuthorTube that have similar birthdays?
Yeah, he's a Pisces. His is March 6th. So it's really close.
That's what I thought. Like you were right on the other side of the cusp from each other.
Yeah.
Because Maggie and her hubby are also close.
Yeah, I think
somebody.
Are they a month apart? I can't remember.
Yeah, like there's 3 couples on authortube where all y'all's birthdays from husband to wife are within like weeks or days or hours of each other. It's a little, you were meant for each other.
Right.
So we are definitely going to get ready to wrap up, wind down, and a couple of other items. There's one question I didn't include on this list that I probably should have. What future collaborations outside of the ones we've mentioned do you have coming up in the future?
Oh, goodness. So by the time this gets out, we should be underway on the whole authortuber, booktuber under 1K subscriber marathon. Yeah. It's big. I want to do, or we're going to do a week-long marathon where there's going to be streams going on. Hold on. Where there's going to be streams going on, hopefully 24 hours for every day for 7 days. And yeah, I have so far 12 people signed up for it and a variety of volunteers out of that 12. And yeah, it's going to be epic.
Because we've done 12-hour marathons on authortube. We've done 24. We've done 30. What? 7 days? That is so cool. Okay. Like all of us who are over the 1K mark, all we can do is brag on them at this point and just share the news. Just, oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. This is going to be amazing. And it should be, by the time this comes out, it should be underway. If you have a playlist or anything over on Sam's channel by then or whatnot, just go check the links. I did not realize it was a week long. That is so cool.
Yeah, well, the more that people signed up, because I thought it would just be like 2 days, you know, like a weekend kind of thing. And the more people signed up, it's like, I do streams on Mondays. Can I do this stream on Monday? And I'm like, dude, we're going to do this for a week. We're going to do this for a week.
This is the power of collaborating among small voices, because y'all going to be a yelling choir.
Yeah.
I am so proud of you. Oh my goodness. So, any questions you have for me as we start to wind down?
I did have kind of a question that kind of popped in my head. So, with your writing, if you could pop over to any genre and write 1 or 2 books in that, what would it be?
It's like she knows I have a secret pen name that I'm not talking about the name of or something. I may or may not be dabbling under another pen name in billionaire and mafia romance.
Nice. Nice.
You heard it here, everybody. Dang it. No, I'm not telling you all the pen name until at least 10 books are out, okay? We're closer to that than we think.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah, thanks for the spoilery question, because now I'm like, great. I can't
Sorry.
keep this. No, you picked a good question. Shout outs to anybody in your community other than me, not me.
Well, Mama Maggie, all the Hardys, the Breaking the Block peeps that keep joining me and helping me out, because every now and then my brain does go dead and I rely highly on them. And the AuthorTube Writing Conference team. I mean, I have come across brand new people that I've had no hope of finding just because of the AuthorTube Writing Conference. So shout out to them too.
And you all, seriously, the groups that you're hanging in and running in, she's like, I don't call myself the collaborator queen. And I'm like, yet I see you everywhere. as a former teacher, it's like, I don't teach in the same district as you, but I see you at every single conference I go to around my district.
Right.
It's very much that feel. So thank you for all you do and the safe spaces that you've carved out for people to talk about, in some cases, not easy things. Thank you so much for the way you are genuinely just a mediator amongst voices and a collaborator to bring them together. So where can we find you in all the places and get good outro from you, my friend?
Well, I am Writer Sam Wicker on most social medias. Those that I don't go under Writer Sam Wicker, you can probably find in links next to the ones that you can. I am an author of fantasy romance and things that are spicier, and I have 2 books published, I'm No Hero and Capture the Empress, and I have The Belle Earth Witch either on the way or already published as well. It's a small town urban fantasy romance set in my hometown of Murphy. So yeah. And if you want to collab with me on Breaking the Block or the character randomizers, please sign up. I would be overjoyed to have you with me. And don't be afraid to hit me up if you want me to collab with you on anything. I love doing collaborations, apparently. So
I just am so grateful for you to be here. And above all, everybody, please check out the links in the description box. Give Sam some super support. She needs to blow up here on AuthorTube because she is a force to be reckoned with. Take care of yourself, everybody.